What's up? My name's Kellen Warren, W-A-R-R-E-N. I'm a lifeguard at Coast Guard Beach. I'm here at Oldtimers, having a great time.
This year's Oldtimers Longboard Classic marked a significant milestone, its 50th anniversary. On Sunday, August 18th, crowds at Crest Beach in Wellfleet cheered on competitors who rode the swells generated offshore by Hurricane Ernesto. The Oldtimers Longboard Classic originated from the close-knit group of self-described kooks that hung around Jasper's surf shop in the 70s on Route 6 in Eastham.
I used to go to the surf shop on my days off once in a while just to buy stuff and hang out over there. It was a hangout for lifeguards and surfer guys. So we all would go and hang out there at Jasper's surf shop with Hody and Dr. Surf and all the guys. So that's how I got involved with the Oldtimers contest, yeah.
The event's success is credited to the camaraderie that developed among those with a connection to the shop and to its owner, Mike Houghton.
There's a core group of us that always had the old Jasper surf shop in common, and Mike. Mike was a big part of a lot of things in a lot of people's lives.
The owner of Jasper's, Mike Houghton, or Hody, directed the competition each year with the help of the Jasper's crew. Hody's influence was profoundly felt within the Cape surfing community, and most remember him as a cherished friend.
He was just a really generally nice person. The way he treated people was he always found something good in everybody. Like, oh man, that dude's a knucklehead. Yeah, but he's a good knucklehead. You know what I mean?
Keeping with the fun-loving nature of its founders, old-timer traditions reflect a sense of playfulness. Scott Brookshire, or Iggy, takes charge of designing the Chicken of the Sea Award, presented to the seasoned surfer who bows out of competing that year. Brent Warren didn't want to age out of surfing with his friends, so he proposed a new heat, Team Fat, whose members compete together and lose collectively every year. There's even a humorous nod to the aging old-timer participants with the addition of the heats Oldtimers, Social Security, and Jurassic. At 50 years old, Oldtimers survives its birthplace Jasper's and two of its founding members, Kenny Norton and Mike Houghton. Pump House manager Jamie Dimitri continues the old-timer legacy.
Well, after Jasper's closed, they started to run a lot of the shirt pickup and registration out of the pump house. And so we started taking on that role years ago. And then in 2021, when Mike Houghton passed, there was a lot of talk about if the event would carry forward or not. And at that time, that was when several of us decided that the only kind of path forward was just to take it on and make it part of the shop and part of, a 501c3 and carry on the torch. The Outer Cape that I grew up with is something that's so unique that I just don't want to see it disappear, and I want to do everything in my power to make sure it's there for another generation.
50 years ago, the old-timers were not so old.
If you go back to the beginning, we were all youth. And it would be hard to find anybody over 40. The oldest guy in the first Oldtimers contest were 40, and they were the Oldtimers at that time.
Shared experiences between generations of surfers have created the event we see today. However, as soaring rental prices exclude younger generations from the Cape, old-timers, like many Cape traditions, may face challenges replenishing its membership. Jamie Dimitri remains hopeful.
We're definitely seeing a new generation of participants and people getting involved, whether it's, surfing in heats, whether it's making the event happen, volunteering, making signs. It's become a new wave, a new generation of people that want to see this event carry forward.
The event also maintains a strong cohort of lifeguards who can work and surf on Cape while living in subsidized housing offered by the National Seashore.
Yeah, we get a steady stream of young surfers every year. Like there's a lot new 21s or new lifeguards that are starting.
Lifeguards like Peekaboo Miskiv are introduced to surfing by their fellow guards.
As far as surfing goes, this is my first year surfing. And I would have to say my head guard, Seamus Roach, major mentor for that. Kellen is actually another major mentor.
I got tossed, definitely for sure. But it's not about the waves you catch, it's about how you recover from the waves you wiped out on.
Just it's so nice to go out with them because it's really scary at first, but you get out there and you realize everybody on the Cape wants you out there. There's no, you feel scared because you don't want to mess up and you don't want to get in anybody's way, but everybody on the lineup is always willing to teach you and always willing to tell you, this is your wave, go for this, do that, and just want to see you succeed.
Something like this, I go to school and it's like, how do I explain old timers or the Cape or surfing or that community? You really can't unless you experience it, and I think that's what makes it so special, and that no matter what, like, we have so much fun, and that's what it's all about.
In the wintertime, I teach school, and I've always been a coach, and I always tell the kids, if I can get you to understand and get that feeling inside you, how it feels to be a part of something that's bigger than yourself, that's the greatest gift I can give you as a coach. Be part of a true team. I kind of feel this way. If I can have everybody understand how this group of people feel about each other and feel about the water and feel about surfing if I can get a lot of people to have that same feeling, well, that's a gift I'd give every day of the week.
It's not about being the best surfer or having like the biggest wave or surfing the hardest that day. It's about when you step back and you're at the top of that dune and you look down and you see all of these people in their old timer shirts sharing a day, regardless of their backgrounds, regardless of their income, regardless of their politics. Like, none of those things matter. I think it's the ability to step back and realize that it's something bigger than yourself. And that's spectacular.